Can you scooch down a little bit? Alright, we are live.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
There we go.
There,
Good?
that's better.
Alright.
Alright guys, welcome to the HB official live stream. We've got a Q&A today with Anthony. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Good, good. I am Keith, the community manager. I'm sure you guys have seen me on a couple of streams so far. I'm going to do something a little different today, as we are going to ask all the questions, but we're going to go, not going to go turn-based, so if anybody wants to jump on, we've got 2 spots. This is the PC version. So, if anybody wants to jump on, we're on the cave course at Nugget Canyon. This is by Boinsey. I haven't played this one yet, but it looks really interesting.
Yeah, I haven't played it either, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Hey, Storm Golf, how's it going? Welcome to everybody in chat. Let's see. Well, once we get started here, so I mean, you're only actually going to see my shots as we go, but we'll see. You'll see Anthony's scores on the scorecard, and then, like I said, if anybody wants to join up, please do so. That's kind of what we were hoping for. We get a couple of people to play. You do have to be on PC, though, like I said. Alright, so we can fire away when ready. Actually, maybe we'll get a question going. That way, if anybody is making their way to the chat. 1 second here. Let me just double check here. Okay. So a message. Seeing a message pop up there. Alright, so Reeves started off the questions. He had some kind of crazy thinking. I don't know what that was, but he had a weird rant. Alright, so he said, don't have any actual questions, but I do have a request. How about stone walls in the designer? He said, what I wouldn't give for some natural looking stone walls.
Yeah, stone walls are nice, actually. It's like coming from Ireland originally. It's my house is surrounded by stone walls. So yeah, that'd be something we'd think about doing. I don't know why we never thought about doing them for Highland theme. To be honest, I'd have to ask Jim. But it was like we were looking for fence types and stuff like that when we put fences in, and we didn't do a stone wall, which was strange. I don't know. Yeah, I like the idea.
Cool. Alright, so I see Colin Mafia in the chat had a couple of questions. He said, when will blue screen crashing end on GNCD? So now I've seen that before. I've seen it mentioned before. When I've looked it up, I'm assuming, I know Colin Mafia's a PS4 guy. The error they keep getting, I looked up that error code, and that's a PS4 error. I see it across, people are reporting it across all games, not just the golf club. So
yeah, are you sure that the sure the PS4 isn't overheating? Because we did test it thoroughly. Owen went through thoroughly and looked for that, because we'd seen quite a few people say on the forums, and we couldn't get it to happen here. So I'm thinking that maybe it's overheating. If you got your PS4 on the floor or something like that with the vents like face down into the carpet or the floor, so it might be that. But any more info you can give us, the more the easier it is for us to track it down. If we can get something to happen every time, we are guaranteed to, easier find fix if we can get it to happen every time.
Oh, what did he? Is that a cart path? Oh, he's got like a cart path around the green, I think. I thought it was a bunker. Interesting. Yeah, so if you get the crash, I mean, take a look. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but it was like CE-878 or something. Anytime you see those codes, I mean, definitely do a Google search to see. But I did a search on that one code that seems to be coming up all the time, and that's the
chip.
Ooh, you'll see tons of posts about that on the web, and like I said, it seems to be it's across all games on PS4.
Yeah, no, it's strange. All right, well, yeah, Colin Mafia, if you PM me, I'll I'll get someone to have a look at it where I can get Owen on it tomorrow, and if you two of you to converse and see if we can get it to happen here on his machine. Because as I said, we just can't get it to happen here, and we're not sure why. And that's with our development build and our retail PlayStation. So it's really strange that it's happening in some. And maybe is it a course that you're looking at, or is it every time you go to the course designer with all different kinds of courses?
Yeah, he says in the chat, he said, well vented, does it on first thing in the morning, then every 10 minutes.
Because maybe there's a course that you're designing that's causing it. Maybe it's maybe it's something else. I don't know. If it happens every time you go in with a brand new course, it seems strange. But yeah, we'd be willing to fix it if we can find it.
Colin, does it happen on any other game, or only the golf club, or certainly all the info you can provide, the better. And he also asked, why have published courses cart paths all turned white?
Yeah, so I was talking to Keith about this yesterday,
yeah.
and we weren't seeing that, were we?
No,
you said you'd seen it. It was slightly lighter, but it didn't.
I looked at because I saw Yeltsman mention it on his Spyglass course. So, on Delta theme. Well, see, that's the funny part. He says Delta theme, and that's what that Spyglass course was. And I noticed, I went back to a video that maybe Jim did. I forget. Sorry, and it did. It does look a little lighter now than it did on the video. But then I went to my Scrublands course, which is the Delta theme also, and it's still the same red brick cart paths. It didn't change at all. So maybe one specific cart path changed to a lighter color. I don't know.
Paul's not here this week because he's down at the Unity conference in Boston. So when he's back, I'll get him to have a look and find out what that is. But yeah, I haven't seen it myself.
Oh wow! Jerry N220 in the chat. When will the message center be fixed?
So I've seen a few people say that as well, and I haven't seen a problem. I think if you've not logged in for a period of time, you have to, if you turn it on and then wait there for 10 minutes, because it hits the server and gets all the messages that you've missed. So what will happen is it comes through really slowly if you're hitting the server and getting message by message by message. So give it 10, 20 minutes of just sitting there and go off and make yourself a cup of tea or whatever and talk to the wife, and then come back and see if that fixes the issue, because he's trying to go through all the messages because we store them all since the beginning of time. So if you haven't logged on for a while, it does seem like it's a bit wacky, but my message center's working fine here.
That's the same.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, same with mine. I mean, I get, if someone sends me, I see all the live rivals, I see all the messages. Usually, if anything, for me, I'll log on and it says 10 messages, and then when I click on the message center, I have 40 messages. So it's even more than it says. I mean, maybe 10 is just since I've been on or something, but yeah. So again, if anybody's on PC, feel free to join us. I got the AutoAd friends on, so you can jump on the course with us if you'd like. Alright, so let's see. Here we go. Smurf Blade in the forums. Most inevitable question of the day. Said last time you were on, you said ball squirt was only for straight shooters, but last week we had no squirts at all. Since the update, they're back. Question is, are the ball squirts staying in their current form, or are they getting nerfed or removed entirely? If they are staying, could we have it explain how it works?
Right, so I spoke to Smurfblade last night on a private message, actually, and yeah, I didn't say that that they were. What was it? Quote. Say that question again.
Let's see. He said ball squirts were only for straight shooters, but you had said it wasn't working as intended. Last week we had
yeah. So what I said was that it wasn't my decision to do them. I don't like them. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not Anthony Kynes, the golf club. It is the team's golf club, and there's more than me. And I got outvoted, and it's in there. The problem we have now is that if we remove them, we have to then make the swing more difficult. And as we've seen, even with the slightest swing change, everyone seems to lose their mind. as they've got used to it being one way. So, you know, if we take it out entirely now, everyone's going to be hitting straight. And because it wasn't like that from the beginning, scores and leaderboards will change. So we need to think of a way around that, and how the best way is to move the game forward and not make it like too easy for our like great players like Doyley and that who are really, really good players. And then on top of that, I don't know where this thing came that we took it out last week. It's never not been there. It's always been there. It will, you know, if it was out, I would have mentioned it. So yeah, at this moment, I'm not sure what we can do in this iteration of the golf club to get rid of that and keep the scoreboards the same. I don't know if we can do something else. It's a strange one, and I've got to think about it.
Storm Golf says, can you increase your volume? I moved my mic a little bit. Hopefully that helps out. Let me know if my mic is still too low. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I pronounce his name. Oh, Eric. So on the forums, looking for. It says he's looking for a tool that can cut existing shapes, such as fairy in the GNCD. But that's not possible. What you need to do there is to move over the shape, and it'll highlight, and then you can select it. You can edit the shape. You can't actually just, if you put a fairway shape down, you can't then just go in and just cut it smaller. You need to actually grab that same shape you put down and reduce it. Fusion asked in the forums, why was the mouse swing changed and why so significantly? A lot of the feel of the swing, especially in putting, has disappeared. The only change needed for putting was to fix the dead zone. That was too high for some mice.
So, the mouse swing changed because it was overall, we felt it wasn't as good as the rest of the experience on the controller. If you look through Steam and you look at the feedback from majority of the people, apart from a minority on the forums, the mouse control wasn't good enough. I think everyone, you know, that plays our game, and you know, most of the team are all Lynx fans, and we felt that Lynx 2003 had a very good mouse control system, and we went to sort of try and replicate something a bit similar to that and get that feel, and I think that we managed that. I think there's, you know, if you look at the reaction on the forum, you look at the reaction on Steam, it's been like mostly positive. Fusion, I looked at his Twitch stream yesterday, and Matt, our lead designer, looked at it. I think he's got a very, very high DPI. You know, Matt and Keith both posted yesterday like what you need to set up to get it to play at its optimum, and if he's not setting it up that way, then it's not going to feel quite as good, I think. And I don't know, maybe you need to give it a bit of time. It's but overall it's been positive for us, in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but you know, I've seen a big turn in how much the mouse controls have improved since the update.
Yep, I agree. I'll just do a couple of quick other ones he asked. I tried to keep it to one, but we'll go quick. Can you make it so that tournaments are published on all platforms at once, kind of like the courses are?
Yeah, I spoke to Rami about this as well, and he said he couldn't see a reason why not. So I was talking to the TVC Tours guys about that, and yeah, we're going to try and do something along those lines so you can. Okay,
cool. Then the other quick one he asked, could you add a round start server timestamp to the API? Because he runs his speed golf thing, and he has to put a little course in the front, a little par 3, just so that way you can see when you put the ball into that hole and start it, but then the loading times vary across consoles and things, so he's just wondering if that was something that could be added.
I don't know. That could be a considerable amount of work. I'd have to find out.
Okay.
I don't know much about server-side programming and what we can do on that respect, so Rami's my man for that.
Okay. Good. All right, I got T. Owen 76 that joined us on the course. He's at -1. Royce asks in the chat, can we get Scruffy reinstated on the forums, please?
That's up to Keith. He's the boss of the forums.
We don't need to go there, but I gave Scruffy 1,000,000 chances, and all I got were abrasive comments and reported posts, so that's up to Scruffy. He'll have to work on his forum etiquette.
Yeah. Well, look at OMG Love Golf. He's back. These new guys.
Yeah, he was banned many times.
Yeah, he's banned from everywhere else, I think. So if he can get himself back, then everyone can get themselves back.
Sure thing. Colin, what's in the new seasons, and we'll be able to set our own seasons in the future?
So Keith set up the new seasons, and they're very good. It's I can't even remember what's in them now. Keith, you made them.
Yeah, it's all community-based courses, all courses that users made. We did sort of I have to look at my notes, the exact names, but we did basically like a rookie season and a veteran season, and that rookie season is all newer designers. So the veteran season was a lot of the experienced designers courses that we've got in the community. Yeah, so I think you had said we were going to try and maybe add more for each update. So we'll continue to look at user courses and add them. But yes, will we be able to set up our own seasons in the future? What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's an extensive bit of work to give that to people, and it's a decision we have to make to decide whether or not we think it's worth the amount of work. Are people playing seasons enough? From the feedback we're getting on the forums and stuff, people don't seem to rate season mode that highly. Maybe that's because they feel that playing season mode are offline people anyway and aren't very vocal. So I don't know. If we thought that was something that was worth pursuing, and it's the more we see stuff on the forums and stuff, we will discuss and decide if it's worth the amount of work that's needed to put it in. But it is a decent amount of work.
Mm-hmm. Storm Golf in the forums asks, what are some things you're working on for the next update, and when is that targeted to drop? Thank you for all you do. Appreciate the work the team puts in to keep this game top notch.
I'm going to try and space these updates out for 3 monthly updates now, so mostly December, just before Christmas. I'm going to put the winter theme in it, just because it's December, and so we'll put that one in there full time and give you the ability to design courses in it and stuff. And what else are we going to put in there?
No good.
We've got a few other things. Paul's working on a few things for the course designer at the moment. The multiplayer is the big one, which John Eric will be very, very excited about, I'm sure. But yeah, we're going to make it so you can actually get on the tee in a lobby style, where you can like play match play and other sort of game modes. So that will be in place, and that's sort of the aim for the December one. As I said, Brian's been working on it pretty much non-stop, and it's working well, but unfortunately from a presentation point of view, it's not fit for going out to the general public. So we just got to tidy that up and make a better onboarding flow. So, and that's going to take a bit of work. It's a lot of front end work and messing around. So that kind of thing takes a bit of time. So that's going to be the big thing for that update, and then there'll be like bug fixes and other things.
Sure. Let's see. Twitchcaster in the chat. You guys haven't played in a bit. Has the swing been changed again? Not sure when the last time you played, but there has been an update, some tweaking to the swing. So go in and check it out. Mello's new mouse swing is growing on me. It's just the putting that's not really feeling smooth.
You said Matt's working on that constantly as well, so it's and the fact that we've moved everything to server side means that we don't need to push an update for it. We can just tweak it here and there, and it will change instantly in everyone's game. So
well, this is some hole.
Yeah.
Number 8. That's interesting. Very creative. Let me finish this shot here. I'll grab another. Okay. Let's see. Acrylics in the forum said I dislike green grids for aesthetic reasons. Why am I forced to play with them in most tours and tournaments when being able to turn them off would give me no advantage score-wise? I have heard you're also forced to use them when playing Seasons mode. Is that correct?
Well, the grids give you a big advantage, don't they? I don't have a clue which way the greens are flowing without the grids. What I would prefer is if it was on a button that you could turn them off and on, like the flag, and you would see them and you wouldn't see them. Yeah, beauty-wise, they're not as pretty as I'd like them to be. But yeah, we've talked about it in the past, and I wouldn't mind putting them around the golfer as well, just when you see the uphill and downhill lies. But I think we'll almost do that once we put them in, and then there's actually a use to them being there.
Redo kind of had the same thing. Suggestion time: turn off grids unless you zoom in on the green. They are distracting in low light situations or overcast weather, he says. Yeltsman had in the forums had the same question about any idea what's happened to the cart path turned white. And
yeah, so I'll get Paul to look into this because I'm not sure what that is. Because I'm not seeing it in here. So we'll have a look, and Keith hasn't seen it either. He said it's slightly lighter, but
it's I don't know if it was a specific, maybe it was a specific color of cart path that was used that changed because. Yeah. Like I said, the red brick on Scrublands is a Delta theme, and that didn't change when I looked at that one. Yeltsman also says maybe someone else will ask about a putt-putt question. What about a putt-putt theme?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah.
All right. Zarly in the forums, anything happening with the offline player save controller? I'm trying to read how this controller enabled right swing without affecting other controllers. I don't trying to decipher that one. Offline player save?
Offline player save. Yeah. So that question again? Sorry, I was looking at my shot.
That's trying to decipher. It says anything happening with the offline player save / controller enabled right swing without affecting other controllers. I'm not really understanding the question the way it's written. Sorry.
I'm trying to think. Is he talking about if you have like 2 or 3 players playing locally? If at the moment, what happens if you set the controllers to left-handed? They'll be left-handed for all 3.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Enabled right swing without affecting... Oh, okay. So maybe that's what he means. Maybe when you change...
Yeah.
It affects all of them?
Yeah, and again, it's one of them things that it's a lot of work, and we're not really seeing the huge amount of people playing. Oh, that's a shot! Boom. We're not seeing a lot of people playing like local multiplayer. So to do that work, it's like, is it worth our while instead of like adding something new or improving some other aspect of gameplay? So it's one of them things that when we have our little design discussions and what we're going to be working on for the next while, it's like what's it going to be? We've always got to look at what's going to be the biggest bang for our buck. You know, we could do a December update and we've only worked on this one thing and it doesn't affect most of our players. So it's like, well, what was the point of doing that? You know, when we've got the whole team working on the ability to swap controllers for each one. So it's like, so you've got to look at it like what's most important. So
right. Bertdorf had a question. Let me get some pretzels. When I asked this, it's when watching a stream with commentary or chat, do you find it annoying if the host is eating or you can hear them munching are you able to filter it out and ignore it?
I'm normally good at filtering it out. I'm normally the one that's making the noise. If I go to the bulk barn locally and I've got the white chocolate covered cranberries, oh my god, that's not a noise you want to be hearing. I'm going through a whole box of them, and
I was gonna eat some pretzels while I was asking you that question. KY Duckman, you kind of touched on that, but yes, multiplayer. Where are we at with multiplayer? He says, will it be added for the October update? So no, you said most likely December. It's looking like. Stan Solo says, hello guys, to lighten the mood, here's a question for both of you. What is the best game you have ever played? All-time favorite? TGC is not an acceptable answer.
Okay, well I can I'll give you my top 5 of all time if you want.
Sure.
My top 5 are number 5. I will go for Batman Arkham Asylum. Number 4, I'll go for Monkey Island 1. Number 3, I will go for Championship Manager 93. Yeah, number 2, I will go for Fahrenheit, which was called Indigo Prophecy in North America, I believe. And number 1 is a game called Kickoff 2 on the Amiga.
Oh. I see you got some old school stuff and some.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna roll back down.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even concentrate there. It was poor.
For me, probably before TGC playing was I used to play the Call of Duty games all the time, and I don't know, they've kind of, I don't know, I'm not really a fan anymore. Same with the Halo, the original Halo games. I used to play those 2 and 3 all the time, and now I can't get into them anymore. I don't know. I think it's this new style stuff. I'd like to see the Call of Duty go back to.
I loved Halo 1, but I thought Halo 2 was really boring, and then after that I got sucked in by the marketing for Halo 3, even though I really hated Halo 2. I bought myself an Xbox and Halo 3 the day Halo 3 came out. I got all excited, and I found that equally as boring.
Yeah, I enjoyed the multiplayer, but now, like I said, they've got to this whole future thing and jumping around and the jetpacks, and they just lost me. That was kind of the end of that, and Call of Duty seems to be going the same route. I wish they would go. I would love to see them go back to a World War II with the updated graphics and engines and things. I think that would be great.
Should do a Civil War version. That'd be great.
You imagine hiding behind your rock wall, like loading your musket.
Exactly, yeah. That'd be so much better. Original Tomb Raider. I worked at IDOS when the original Tomb Raider came out with hand TGC.
Let's see. Try and grab. Twitchcaster said, seems the swing is easier on the Xbox than PS4.
That is true, because the Xbox does not have the update just yet, because they, for some reason, they got excited about a message in Spanish, I think it was, that was the wrong kind of Spanish. We had North American Spanish rather than Spanish, and so they fouled us, and it's like been in there since the beginning. So that is why the update isn't out. And by the time I put the new build in, it updated the documentation, and the documentation was then out of date. So I had to come in. It was my day off. I had to come in for 2 hours because the documentation takes a bit of time. So I had to do all that and submit again. And then we're still in there. We're just waiting for him to come out. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days.
All right, cool.
And then you'll see the new swing, and it should have the same fidelity as the PS4.
Nice. I don't know if Dylan, if you're listening, yes, the answer is yes. I think you did. Let's see. Daddy 3000. Thanks for what you guys do and have to endure. Different modes of play, such as match play and alternate shot, as well as games such as skins, are the only real viable things this great golf game is missing, in my humble opinion. Can't wait till December.
Yeah, well, hopefully now that'll all fit into place nicely for December. It's the pressure's on Brian.
Yeah, be a nice
Poor
little
guy.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice little Christmas of me reading the forums, telling everyone how much they hate me. 1 and 2.
Yeah. Han, TGC, evening all. What did I miss? Not too much. Just having a little fun. If anybody, there's still an open spot if anybody wants to jump on the course. L said Keith's going to have Rocket League in his top 5. It is a fun game. Original Tomb Raider.
I'm refusing to play. Rocket League. We've got a Rocket League tournament going on, and I'm not playing it. It's a sports game for non-sports games fans. It's like the amount of rubbish I've heard written about it, like how great it is. It's like, no, it's not that good. Yeah, it's like, oh, I saw someone write somewhere. It's really good the way the crowd gets excited when the ball's in certain areas of the pitch. You're like, are you joking? We've done that in football games for the last 20 years. Like, this is exactly sports games for non-sports games fans. So no, I'm not playing it. I refuse.
Refusing to join the crowd. Hans says Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Too many cutscenes.
J. Fidenza, Operation Flashpoint Cold War with the mission editor. Mellows.
Operation Flashpoint was the one that I just kept getting shot in the head really easily. I gave up on it. It's like I realised then I should never become a soldier.
Do X for Mellows. L says...
Deus Ex was great. I worked at IDOS when that came out. It was amazing. We were all really excited about it when it came out. It was good.
L says original Tomb Raider for me too. Classic Footy Manager, Final Fantasy 7, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and Skyrim. Yeah,
Football Manager's good. That's what I play a lot. But then it's just a rehash of all my ideas most of the time anyway. Oops, said that out
loud. What else? Colin Mafia, all Uncharted series. Naughty Dog rocks.
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah, the Uncharted series is very, very good.
That's actually really one of the only PlayStation games I've played. I'd gotten a 3 for the Blu-ray drive, and it came with 2 and 3, I think, or 1 and 2, and those were actually quite fun. As much trouble as I had with the controller. Not used to that controller at all. Colin Murphy also said, live lobby on T will be awesome. Come back all Rory and TW fans.
We didn't say live, I just said lobby.
Twitchcaster, Red Dead Redemption. I heard a lot about that one, but I never played that one.
I played it a lot. I think that game was not what it originally was meant to be. If you look at it, it was a good review by Yahtzee on Escapist. If you ever look at the zero punctuation reviews, have a watch of his review. And then there was the week after he'd done like a breakdown of what he thought the original game should have been. It was a really good point, because the problem I found with that game was that as you played it, you were killing stuff, and then there was no need when you fell off your horse or you lost your horse. There was no need to ever go back through the desert. You just called a horse, and then all the problems with that. And I don't think you were ever really meant to do that. I think that must have got changed pretty late on, and he said it. And the other thing is that you're constantly looking at a horse's butt for the whole, like 90% of the game is you looking at a horse's butt, which is pretty funny. But I really loved it. I thought it was a great game.
Was that the same as the GTA guys? Is that who did?
Yeah.
That I played. I've played that a bunch of times. I like that one.
Yeah, GTA is great. I prefer Lemmings. That's their best game.
Lemmings. Oh gosh.
That's where they made all their money to make GTA.
Bringing back some memories on that one.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know they made that.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
That was a fun game. J. Fidanza, the avatar blocks the putt view. Too bad. I couldn't see the putt roll near the hole. Make it transparent. Question.
Yeah, there is. We do see that sometimes, and yeah, we should really fix that. I'll see exactly what we need to do. It doesn't happen all the time, and I don't know why it only happens sometimes. It's strange.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, got it. Han TG says, "What is this lobby you speak of?"
It's like a lobby where like a hotel lobby where you just meet up with people, and then you go out to the course. So what it is the way we're looking at it is to do the stuff like match play and stuff like that, you need to guarantee there's somebody on the hole with you to be able to play. So you need to meet up, and it's the same as being on the tee. It's just making sure that everyone is there. It works the same way as a lobby, but without having to be peer to peer. So if somebody loses connection, it doesn't lose the game and break the whole experience for you.
Mm-hmm. That'll work. Colin Mafia's a triple Uncharted remastered out on October 10th. He's got it pre-ordered. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wiser66, no love for The Last of Us.
Oh, that's a great game. Well, The Last of Us is written by the guys that made Fahrenheit, and that's my second favourite game of all time after Kickoff 2.
Nice. I haven't played that one either.
Yes, it is called Indigo Prophecy over here. It's an Xbox One, Xbox original.
Okay.
Game. Yeah, and I think it was on PS2 as well.
Said that game was insane when played with headphones on. Colin Mafia, Uncharted 4 looks great.
No, I'm actually wrong. The Last of Us was not. And no, Ian Bright, delete him immediately. It's a Sensible Soccer best game ever. No, he's wrong. I actually used to work with John Hare on a Doctor Who game a few years ago before I joined HB. Really good guy, but I was from Anko, being the Kickoff guys, and he was the sensible guy. And yeah, we'd argue every day about that. It's quite amusing.
Yeah.
But we did talk about making a football game between us, the two of us together, but it never happened.
I got to show. Let me back up here. Did you notice these stairs behind the 14th green made out of rocks here? Holy cats.
Yeah, I know, they were impressive.
Where was it? I lost it. There it is. Wow. Jeez, I haven't seen that done before. That's pretty sweet.
I'm always amazed what I see you guys able to do in this designer.
I know.
Because
that's wild. Let's see. Oh, okay. So use that same. Oh man, it's phenomenal. That takes patience right there. Cool. Els asks, FIFA or PES?
PES. Yeah, the Pro Evo. I was always a Pro Evo fan. But I do have a couple of friends working on FIFA. Also, yeah, ex-colleagues. One guy I wouldn't really call a friend. But yeah, we've done a bit of work here on HB on FIFA as well, so I would have to go FIFA. It's at the moment still FIFA anyway. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I haven't played either demo this year yet, and I was thinking about getting both. I might get Pro Evo on the PC and FIFA on the PlayStation, I think, most probably. But I haven't bought either for a couple of years, just because I play so much the golf club and so much Football Manager. They're my two games of choice. So.
Royce in the chat said, one day of FIFA 16, I'm already back to TGC. Speaks volumes about what you guys have done with this game.
It does, actually. It's quite surprising. As I've always said, for developers to continue playing the game they make is huge, and everyone on the team still plays the golf club, so that's huge for us.
Alright, so let me just try and catch up here. ADX in the forums had said one thing he'd like to see would be he loves the new flag colors, but would you be able to do 3 different colors based on the position of the green? So for example, I don't know if they do that in the UK, but here some courses they'll do red for front of the green, white for middle of the green, and a blue flag for the back of the green, so it kind of tells you where that flag is sitting.
I haven't seen that before in real life.
Yeah, not all courses do it. Some do, some don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how easy that would be. It's everything's doable, but I'm not sure exactly how easy it is. So I'd need to talk to Paul and see what he said about that, because he's the guy that does all that work for me.
Oops.
I do like these new blue flags that we've got on this course. So.
Yeah, that is quite cool. Let's see. Phoenix J in the forum said, since there's a autumn theme, will there be a nice winter theme? Yes, that will be coming.
Yep.
He also said he'd love to see a nice variety of walls, posted fences like at St. Andrews, curved walls, different designs to choose from. Let's see. Yeltsman had mentioning the winter theme again. Doyley says, no questions, just a big thanks for the new wind update. It rocks.
Cool. See, there you go.
And thanks for the custom flags. Look forward to tweaks to the short game that hopefully brings in a bit more challenge than is there currently. Seamount for Life says, you've mentioned that you were looking to hire some new HB Studios employees. Are there any positions available that you don't need an extensive coding background to apply for?
At the moment, no. We've just taken on some new artists. Craig Smith joined the golf team. He's a very, very good golfer and a very good 3D modeler, so you should be seeing some good stuff from him. And I'm trying to think of... No, I think we've only got coding jobs now available. We did have a few a while back. We had some QA jobs, but I don't think many of you people would want to move from America to here, or the UK from here, just for that. And yeah, we've no production jobs at the moment. What was he looking for? Maybe we could just get him in consultant.
I don't know. Not sure. I'll have to, if he's listening, post up on the chat.
Yeah.
WireNet48, will we ever see uphill or downhill lies affecting distance?
Well, we've talked about it a lot. It's then physics changes, and then as we've noticed, every time there's a physics change, people get excited. We really want to get this. There's Seamount for Life now, just coming on. So maybe he'll hear and tell us what he wants for a job.
Right.
So yeah, we're getting a little bit reluctant to change any gameplay in the next couple of updates anyway. Too much now that once we get this, we'll see how people feel going into the December update, and then we'll see if we want to do it for the March update after that. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I think that we're not going to put any physics changes in there too much in the next 3 months anyway.
Okay. How hard would it be to add an option to disable the shot modifier so you can force it in tournament setups? I guess.
You can't modify the shot, or?
I guess so. Yeah. So you could make that a setup in tournaments that you wouldn't be able to.
It's not hard, but I wouldn't want to do it. It's like saying if you went on a golf course, you weren't allowed to change your stance. You can only play with one stance. Why would you want that? So no, never going to happen.
Timber Pete, I kind of missed that one. If you and Anthony decide to play a round during the stream, how about a Stableford round on a handicap rated course?
Oh, unlucky. Maybe. Can do it next week.
Yeah, maybe for the next one we could do that.
Yeah.
DHNUFC, when are you planning on changing how lofting and de-lofting works in the game? A quick.
We're not changing it, but we are looking at stopping some of the mad loft and de-lofting that you can do. Matt and Jordan have got a actual level at the moment and a set of clubs to see how far they can actually loft and de-loft a club with their stance. So it's quite amusing watching them.
Yeah, at the end of his question, a quick fix would be to limit the selection to one box each way, so one box up or down, the way the current boxes that are set up. Elgato71, deeper leaderboards would be nice for regular course records. If you don't shoot -16 and are named Scruffy or Brad Putt or Woody, you probably won't ever see your name. Maybe I have a good round and shoot -8. It would be nice to scroll down and find my name and where I stand with and who.
Yeah, and as I've always said on these things, we store everything, so the way them stats are presented are always open to us. So we're always looking at ways to present them better and how we can get them out there and make you feel like there's progression for your abilities, and you're seeing how well you're progressing, as well as how you're again how well you're doing against other people. So yeah, I've been looking at my girlfriend's Fitbit and seeing if we can nick anything from there as well and stuff like
that. Okay, let's see. Alright, let me get back to trying to have everything open all at once here. Wiser66, what is the wind update, or what changed with the wind that we recently did?
It was a tournament wind setting. So what happened was that we done an update quickly for the people on tours, so then you'd always have the same wind like as everyone else, and that was the thing that we all felt that was a good thing to do, make sure that people weren't wind waiting in tournaments and waiting for one day when there was no wind. So we did that, but what we found is it was very dull. It was always pointing in the same direction. There was no gusts, there was no nothing. It was just really bland wind that you'd see on a BBC Micro back in the 80s. So what we did is we recoded it and worked on it a little, and we're really, really happy with it. There's gusts now, and you'll get a feeling of being there, but we're still very much like people aren't going to be feeling like they're like stuck in just a really bland wind setting. The problem was that we put it out and it was working fine here, and we tested it extensively, but when we put it on the live servers, for some reason it was hitting 30 mile an hour every time, the way the seeds were set up, and then it would like die down, and it meant that tournaments were unplayable, majority of them, not all of them. The majority of the tournaments were then unplayable, so then we had to go back and fix it again. We're really happy with it now. I think everyone else is happy with it, so it won't be changing as long as it stays as long as we are now. I think it's going to be pretty good.
Cool. Han TGC, get the new artist guy on some new buildings and bridges.
We're looking at what he can do at the moment, but he's doing really, really well. So you'll see some stuff, new shirts and clothing as well, I think.
Cool. Royce MM says you should remove Lauren's name from the credits as community manager.
That's true, we should, and put Keith in.
Good.
Go to the credit screen, so I actually forget, but yeah, we should do. That's a good point.
Ian Bright says, okay, Keith, that's more or less a straight putt. Hurry up and putt. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Trying to look at... When I look off the screen or switch to the forum page, the game pauses. That's why that was happening. Sorry about that. Graham, will the next theme be completely new or a current theme upgrade?
It will mostly be an upgrade. I can't see. Well, the winter theme's a new theme. If you look at that, but we'll do more than one theme with the next update. So
okay, cool.
We'll mostly do an upgrade as well.
Timber Pete in the chat, any progress on implementing user-created and submitted shirts, pants, shoes, etc. for the golfer's appearance?
No, it's very hard to do that for us at the moment. We looked at the way City Skylines has done a few things, and that's really cool. But at the moment, there is no real way of adding that to the golf club. So we'd like to do something like that, but it's not the ability to upload the actual shirts on that themselves. It's the checking against them and making sure they're valid so it doesn't kill the game. And it takes a lot of work. It's not impossible to do, it's just a lot of work to do. So we're not got it on the list for anything like in the near future.
Graham also asks, will the winter theme have any new stuff added to it, or will it be the one that we saw previously?
It will mostly be the one we saw previously. Jim might have added a few little nuggets of something, I'm not sure.
So designers can put snowmen around and things?
Yeah, Jim's so good. He might just have a few nuggets. Maybe we should put some snowmen and stuff in there as well. Get Craig on that.
Okay, so that is the cave course at Nugget Canyon. That is by Boinsey. That was really good. He did extensive work with the rocks. Like they said, that staircase behind 14 was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was impressive, I have to say. I quite like that course. Yeah.
Nicely done. T.O. in 76 had joined us. He shot -8. Good job.
-8. Cool.
Yeah, let me run through some more of the questions here from the forums. Royce talking about the leaderboards. Said this is an area of stats leaderboards in general that could use significant improvement. Golf is a game of stats. The raw data all exists.
It's just display. So it's like yes.
Yeah.
The problem is with front end work, and it's really weird because it's every game I've ever worked on since the mid '90s is like front end is always the thing that takes the most amount of time. You know, like look at the GNCD in the game. The GNCD is a huge beast that gives us the whole game that we can play all these courses and people can. But it's still overall the amount of time that went into that is mainly the equivalent of what went into the front end to make it like get you there, which is always strange. And then you get redesigns. And the thing is with like complex tools and stuff, people don't have as many opinions, but when you see a front end, everyone's got an opinion, so it gets redesigned 3 or 4 times and stuff like that. So all these front end things take a bit of time. So we're looking at a way at the moment to rework the front end so they're a lot easier to put together, and that will give us a lot more going forward.
Cool. Let's see. Smurfblade said, "Where are we with the stance grid to show how the ball lies?" Sort of touched on that.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like, I think it's a nice little add-on, and it's not particularly hard to do. I can do it. It's just, do we put it in before we put the uphill and downhill lies? I don't know.
And then he had asked explanation of how the new tourney wins work, so you kind of covered that as well.
Yep.
Cool. So that was all the forum questions. Let's see. Let's just catch up on chat here as well. Colin Murphy asked snow in the winter theme. I think there was a little snow.
Yeah, there was snow falling. Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. Daddy 3000. Are there any plans to expand or add on to the types of stats that are tracked, such as sand saves, etc.?
I think we track all that. We just don't display them. So it just needs to be displayed and where we're going to put them and stuff like that.
There's a lot of stats too, actually. When you go, let me see.
Yeah, when you get to that stats screen, there's a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah, if you go through, like up here, these bumper buttons. Best score, average score, rounds played on that course, longest scoring shot, longest scoring putt, greens and regulation. There's a lot of stats that go through on this. I bet you a lot of people miss that. Because I always forget to click through it, but
yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think we've done ourselves any favors with the like presentation of them. We don't put them in people's faces. You know, I love stats. You know, I love watching the elections and all them kinds of things just for stats. You know, because like graphs and all that kind of stuff coming through, I just like go wow, and always like completely transfixed by them. So I think we need to revisit the stats and the showing of the stats and really push it in a way that people feel that they should have a look and go there. So
cool. Graham says new winter and upgraded desert would neutralize moaners. Okay.
Yeah, desert was actually one of the ones we were looking at upgrading for it. So interesting.
Nice. B-Man Canada. What is the Xbox swing going to be like after the update compared to now?
Well, it's the decoupled from the frame rate swing. It wasn't as noticeable on the Xbox compared to the PS4 because the frame rate on the Xbox is slightly better than the PS4 because it wasn't running at 1080p. So that it'll be interesting to see what the feedback will be like because the Xbox people haven't had that decoupled swing yet. I think now we're all in a good place with the swing. Unfortunately, the PS4 people weren't happy with it for a bit, but now we've got it to a situation where I think everyone's happy with it. The people that were unhappy with it are now happy. I think the people that were happy with the way it was still feel that it's got enough granularity in it that they can use it. So I think we're in a good place. So I'm hoping the same will be said for the Xbox people.
Cool. Yeah, we'll look for feedback when those come out. Certainly I know Matt was quite active in the forums, checking out the feedback of the mouse swing and all that type of stuff. So
yeah, so Matt's been working on that. He's like really keen to see how everyone's doing. So keep it coming because he'll be on there and he's playing it at home and he was up last night on the PS4, I think, playing loads and loads of rounds and seeing how other people were doing and getting back on the forums and checking it out, and then playing mouse swing at home and seeing how that was. So it's Matt's a real dedicated guy. So when he gets cracking on something like that, he's always like tuned into it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. I mean, you got to realize that a lot of this is a work in progress. So I mean, if the Xbox comes out and it's not perfect, or what people, if there's something, it's all going to be looked at, and the feedback's going to be looked at. It's not.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we've done now. Moving it all to the server means that we can make these changes and it's immediately live. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's great.
Because before it meant that you had to put it out and then you had to go back through Sony, and they don't like update after update after update. Mm-hmm. So you have to then hold it back, and then you have to apply to put in a patch and stuff like that. So this way we can make small little changes to that without it having to mean a whole brand new test.
Yep. Kyle Mafia, can you play Wolf Creek Definitive sometime or Woodhall Spoil? Yep, I got those. I wrote those down. We'll check them out. Daddy 3000, I was speaking more in terms of the display on the personal stats screen, and I agree there are lots of stats tracked and it's appreciated. Cool. Friend Bomber, how about a new rural theme?
That is also on Jim's list, so that's there is the desert and the rural are two things that Jim has both come to me about and spoken to me about in recent days, so we have to make a decision which one that's going to be for Christmas now.
Okay, as Colin Mafia said, that's Countryside, answering Bomber,
well,
but
it
not
was
necessarily.
Yeah, Countryside was a real rural like overhaul, but there is still talk of doing another rural like improvement one as well.
Cool. Royce MMO9, Xbox Swing is perfect, don't change it.
Oh yeah, oh god. So you won't notice too much of a difference, in my opinion. I didn't notice a big difference between the Xbox Swing though, apart from it gave me more granularity when I wanted it. So it'll be interesting to see the feedback, but
yeah, cool. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on it. So. Let's see, Daddy 3000, need a theme that is designed through a neighborhood.
I've always said I wanted a city theme, and have like big skyscrapers around. There's a couple of course I played with my friend in New York that had that, and that was really cool. So yeah, you never know. Someday.
All right, guys. Well, that's all of our questions we did through the forums and through the chat. A couple of things to note: the knockout tournaments, which has gone really, really well. So really happy with the turnout so far with that. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty. There are 3 people left on Xbox, 4 on PC, and 5 on the PS4. So we are getting really close to the championship matches. All 3 of those will be streamed. I'm obviously going to have to stream it on each platform. So Els and I are going to stream. We're going to announce the match on PC. The other ones will have to be myself, just because of the way the Twitch is set up on those platforms. But definitely keep an eye on that on the forum posts. It's getting really close. We're in round 5 right now, and it's going to knock it down. Assuming without ties and things, only the PS4 will still be left for maybe one more round. The other 2 will be down to the finalists. So definitely keep an eye for that. And I think I'm sure we'll do another one. At some point, I don't know exactly when it'll start, but working on some things for that, and some other good ideas, of course. So definitely keep an eye out on the forums for that type of stuff. What else? Yep, the play days over the weekend. We'll get those set up, of course. I don't know what you guys think. Storm Golf had a good idea. I've been setting up those up as a tour now on Fridays, and they go through Sunday. So anybody who wants to join in can jump into those rounds, so hopefully people are enjoying that as well. The other thing we touched, I know someone had asked in the forums, and we had mentioned about the suggested tournaments. I know you had...
Yeah, that's due to the fact that I haven't had much time to have a look at them. I will be pushing that. Mitchell, going back to school for a few months, meant that his work's been piled onto me. Right. I set something up, and when the suggested tournaments went out the other week, there was a problem with Firefox that wasn't giving me a pop-up to confirm, and I didn't realise, just thought they automatically got put out. And it took ages for me and Rami to work out the pop-up wasn't appearing, and once we worked out that, then it was working. So I started using Chrome, and now I can set them up. Last week I didn't do it because I wasn't in the office, so sorry about that.
Yep, so definitely, no fear, they're definitely, we haven't forgotten about them.
No, and I've got to put the results out for last week's as well, week 25.
Yeah, we'll have
I
those.
do know.
Okay. Seamount had answered in the chat. He said, Anthony, was just a curiosity question about the job openings. Always wanted to get into gaming, but have only limited coding experience. Would likely be a QA consultant type of thing. Similar like what Keith does, I guess. Thanks for the info. Just exploratory at this point. I'll just stick to bothering you on the forums
If
for
it
now.
can come in cheaper than you, Keith, watch out.
Oh, sorry, Seamount. Nothing to see here. Okay. Seamount said, like the tour idea for playdates. Yeah, that was, I believe, Storm Golf. You've got to give him credit for that one. I mean, that's the perfect example. If you guys have ideas and things to throw out, always listen to them. Let's see, Colin Muffy. Any courses on Swiss yet? I don't have anything yet. I'm actually working on a Highlands course, which actually, there's 2 courses that need to be published.
Yeah, I think they're still in my memory box. Sorry about that.
If you haven't deleted them, I'll send them again.
Still there. They're still the unread 2 messages that are.
Okay.
2 messages. Why are there 2 messages in my inbox? It's Keith's 2 courses.
Yeah, there's a tropical.
I tried to pass them off to Rami, and Rami emailed them back to me. So,
so there should be a tropical and a Delta theme coming soon, and then I'm working on a Highlands course, and I have a Swiss course that I'd started that I was building on one of the live streams. So once I'm done with the Highlands course, I'm going to move on to that Swiss course. So, yep. So a few more HP official courses coming soon. Keep an eye out for those. Els, one last question here. Any plans for a spectator mode where you don't have to be playing to watch someone else's room?
Not sure at the moment. It's like with the Ghost Ball stuff, it's doable. So it'll be something nice to slot into tours, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Seems you have a daughter to feed, so your job is safe. Okay, thank you. Definitely need to feed her. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks very much for tuning in. As always, if you haven't hit the follow button, please do so. That would be awesome. And we will be back next week with something cool, I'm sure. Like I said, we're working on some different things, maybe some new tournament ideas. Just trying to figure out how to work those out. But, yep, always appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, we'll see you soon.